What's good, y'all? It's your host, Kios the Ronin Beatmaker, here with another Ronin reaction to Predator, Killer of Killer. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Without further ado, let us. Okay, okay. Uh-huh. Damn!
You are old enough now. It's time I tell you about the monster.
Whew. Okay.
We must kill it, or it will kill us all.
Wow. That's excessive. All right. All right. I like that. That actually looks quite fun. I I enjoy this concept, and I think what's cool about this is that, you've picked several different time periods. I think it's gonna be interesting to see how they address the Viking era. I'm sure some people are gonna be upset that, it's a woman, but there were women that did fight as well. So let's stop that nonsense. Right? Spartan women were some of the most deadliest women in the Mediterranean. Let's get over that shit, okay? And I'm just being honest. There were women that could fight. Let's pretend like women did not fight at certain points in our history and culture. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's clearly a young man who's going to be facing off against a predator. I like this concept of these ancient cultures and civilizations being aware of the predator and how it uses Earth as a hunting ground. And it seems to be almost across the board in a sense. If you've seen Predator or if you've even seen Predator 2, I was hoping that this would have the scene in Predator 2 where Donald Glover gets handed a musket pistol from one of the predators, and it's clearly from when he was hunting. I think either during the Revolutionary War period. So I really thought that maybe that would be something they would add to this anthology series, but perhaps if this does really well, we may get more anthology series. So I think there's a possibility for it. It looks good. I'm not too crazy on the animation. However, I think that once I get into watching it, I think I'll pretty much kind of get over it. That's kind of how I felt when I watched Rebels. If anyone watched Rebels, I wasn't the biggest fan of the animation, but over time it kind of grew on me. So I think this has a lot of potential. I don't know what's going on with the Alien universe. Everything over there seems to be kind of all over the place. There seems to be some consistency going on with this Predator universe. However, I know that there was a recent live action Predator film that was horrible. And I'm not talking about the one on Hulu, which I did not see, but I've seen enough clips of it to be like, all right, this actually seems pretty solid. I know we live in an era right now where like anytime it's a woman like fighting a man or an alien, we're quick to just huff and puff and roll our eyes. But it seemed like from what I've seen from the fight scenes with the Predator and the young indigenous girl that they were pretty self-aware that she had to use her wits to defeat the Predator, or at least wound him to the point where she's capable of initiating the final blow. So I'm all for it. I really am. I think it's going to be fun. I'm not sure how I feel about the Predator Badlands film. Uh, that one I'm a little unsure about. And you know what? Since we're talking about Predator, maybe I'll just pull up that comment that this guy put on Twitter, because he put this comment out, and then when new information about the Badlands film came out, and then subsequently we get this Predator trailer. So I'm gonna bring this up for everyone to see and read, because I think it's important to have this conversation, especially when it comes to the content and IP that we really love and appreciate. And like I said, I give this trailer 4 stars, mainly because um, it's fine. It's honest. But I want to pull this up because I wanted everyone to see this, because since we're talking about Predator, we have the Predator Badlands film, which I believe is coming out this year. Um, so it says here, first look at Predator Badlands, and above, well, it says the film follows an outcast predator and aims to answer the question, what if the predator was a good guy? And this individual quote tweets this and says, if we're talking actual morality of the Yacha, the predator species, they're not evil. Their culture values strength and hunt. They attack humans because they consider us the most dangerous prey and obey strict rules of the hunt regarding who and what they can target and when. Saying, what if the predator was a good guy, is missing the entire point of the lore for the Predator film. It would even be the first good guy predator we've seen. It wouldn't even be the first good guy predator we've seen on film. That would be Scar from Alien versus Predator. Now, if you've seen Alien versus Predator, then you're well aware of the plot and how you have the predator that teams up with the woman, the researchers, when they find the temple site in Antarctica. So when he brought that up, and I had to agree with him, and I wanted to bring it up to for a discussion down in the comments section. Is, how do we feel about, you know this idea of making a good guy predator who's like a superhero? I mean, that's how I gather the information when they talk about making this Predator film, is that it's like a supervillain, like an anti-hero, so to speak. So I don't know if it's gonna be something that's necessarily gonna work. Um, but we'll see how it plays out. I think that this idea of this anthology series where we follow the predators during various periods of human history is a fun idea. But we already, like he said, we already had a quote unquote good guy Predator. And even in Alien versus Predator, they came to the planet to hunt alien species. And on top of that, like they in some ways kind of protected humanity. It's interesting. I haven't seen the film in a long time, but there's some really interesting ideas in the series. And even when you think about Predators, the film where everyone gets kidnapped and they're brought onto that hunting planet, even in that film there was a sense of rules and regulations and even competition between these two clans of predator species. So, personally, like I said, I think that there's a lot of potential here. Um, but I think this is their way of kind of hyping us up for the new Predator film, and I would not be surprised if there might be some issue between Predator, Killer of Killers, and Predator, Badland. So I think it's interesting. There's some good potential here, but it's all about whether or not they can stick the landing. So before we head on out, let us rewatch the trailer one time.
You are old enough now. It's time I tell you about the monster. We must kill it, or it will kill us all.
And there you guys have it. The Ronin reaction to Predator Killer of Killers. And I want to make a quick correction. It looks like it will be the older woman that will be battling the Predator. I ain't got no problem with it. It'll be interesting to see how they showcase the defeat. But yet again, 4 stars. The animation, not too bad. The stories, we'll see how it all plays out. I hope it actually really is good. Some high hope. But until next time, stay positive, stay focused, stay true, and make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Much love.